super simple way to demo the effectiveness of the Colonel Blade. So unless your skin is tougher than a steel garbage can, you're in trouble. Check it out. I don't know about you, but that is a shit sandwich. So in the past, we have showed you guys some demonstrations from Colonel Blades. This is the Fullbird, which has a full handle. Thing is, there's guys that tell me, oh, well, I want that one because I've got big hands. You can use any one of them if you know how to grip it right. I used this, as you guys saw, we made some holes in it. This is a steel garbage can. It's not aluminum or aluminium if you're from the UK. This is steel. Now, folks have said, well, what's the big deal? Any knife can go through that. Sure it can. The point is not that this is the only blade in the world that'll pierce a steel trash can. A kitchen knife will do that. The point, no pun intended, is how effortlessly it does it. So, you might have your favorite blade. I'm not telling you not to use and carry your favorite blade. The point of us demoing this is, again, how effortlessly you can actually make holes in something like this. So the next argument is, well, I don't care if you can poke a hole in a steel can. Well, think about this. Is our skin, the human epidermis, tougher than this? Of course not. Of course it's not. So if you can easily make a hole in something like this with this tool, how much easier would it be to perforate flesh? Now look, let's not be morbid about this. These tools are meant as a last resort to protect you and your loved ones in grave danger from violence, from predatory violence, perhaps even from an animal predator. Not something that you're going to deploy or use in some kind of silly altercation, used as a last resort. But by God, if you have to defend life, I want to be able to do it and know that there is nothing that's going to stop me from going home. The Colonel Blade is very effective at that. So if you know how to make a fist, which I'm going to show you right now, you're not doing this, you're not doing this, I'm making a good solid fist. My wrist is not bent in any way. I've got my wrist straight. So if you thought about this being a punching bag or I was driving, you guys think about that. Your wrist is straight, not flexed. All I'm doing is putting that right into the grip. See that? Super easy. Now punches become punctures. That's my catchphrase for the Colonel. It's not that we're trying to say the blade can punch holes in steel. I want you to see how easily the blade can punch holes in steel. And you may have a blade, as I've already stated, that you say is better or whatever. Really, there's nothing out there, and there are knives that have some similar qualities. There is no knife out there that allows you to do what you just saw me do. Look at that. Is that not impressive, Drew? So the next question is, does it work in reverse grip? So a lot of people say, well, what about reverse grip? You can't do it in reverse grip. Well, let's see that. So if I had to draw that from the reverse, oh, look at that. That's not hard at all. Normally I wear gloves, but I'm punching rather slow here. So I'm going to show you guys reverse grip. So people say it doesn't work in reverse grip. Seems to me like that works in reverse grip. What do you think, Drew?
Looks pretty effective to me.
Yeah. So folks are concerned, what about things like having to hook? So again, a hook. Thinking about just standard boxing. Uppercut, hook. So if we had to hook, works just fine. And that's offhand. Back to my dominant hand, hook, hook, hook. Pretty easy to make that happen. We've got a solid bottom still on this can. Talking about uppercuts. Pretty easy. Can we do that in a reverse grip? We'll go back to the reverse grip. Uppercut. Drew said to me today, before we started filming, you do a lot of stuff with the Colonel Blade. And the reason that I do a lot of stuff with the Colonel Blade is there's a lot of reasons and a lot of times in life that a gun is not the solution. What if you're somewhere you're not allowed to have a gun? What if you're in a location that firing a gun might be a detriment to other people around you? Do any of you ever visit a mall, a church, a sporting event, some place where there's a lot of people? Shooting a gun is not always the answer. If you cannot get away, for whatever reason, if you are sworn to protect, if it is you or your loved ones' lives that are in danger, I honestly believe this is one of the best tools, coupled with a good mindset, coupled with a body that you've hardened and trained to fight, to be able to strike like I'm showing you, next to a firearm. It's one of the best things out there. ColonelBlades.com. It's freaking awesome.